What's up, you guys? I'm Natasha. This is the kitchen at Sharpening Pepper's Farm, and today we are doing a whole video on pickles. We're going to do 3 different kinds. We're going to do bread and butter, we're going to do a sweet dill pickle, and then we're also going to do what we call fire and ice pickles. They're also sometimes known as Christmas pickles. They're exceptional. They're everybody's favorite. They've got a great little punch of flavor in them. They're a little hot, not really. They're not super spicy, but there's a little kick in there. They're really, really good. So we are going to start the process by getting out all the cucumbers that we have from the garden. I don't even know how many there are. We could probably weigh them and find out. And then we're going to slice them up and we are going to get this process going. I was going to say something else. What was it?
Pickles, yay.
Yeah, pickles, yay. I thought there was something else I wanted to say. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it'll come to me. I don't know. Kitchen scale. My hair is still a little bit wet because of the fact that we were outside working and just got out of the shower not too long ago. All right. I'm going to weigh the cucumbers. So it'd be nice to know exactly how many you're doing. So these ones right here, these are dark green serpent melons. Botanically speaking, they are a melon, but they taste just like a cucumber. And we use these for Seth most of the time for fresh eating because he can't have cucumbers because he's allergic. You can also pickle these as well. I'm gonna need somewhere to write this down. So all in all, it's about 24 pounds of cucumbers. Technically, it's 24 pounds, 1.3 ounces. That's what we're going to be working with today. I'm going to preserve some of these for fresh eating, for snacking, things of that nature. But it's a lot of pickles, or future pickles. Now, we are going to do refrigerator pickles. We prefer refrigerator pickles. You can never get the same crunch that you're going to get with refrigerator pickles when you compare it to a canned pickle. It's always going to be softer, not as crunchy, even if you use things like alum powder, which can help a little bit. So we're going to do refrigerator pickles for most of these, but if you want in the future, we can do a video on canning them. That's how we're going to start this off. So this right here is a desk from Sedeta. They sent it to us. We are so excited to open it and build it and put it in our kids' rooms. We've been shopping for a computer desk for them for quite some time. As you guys know, we homeschool, and they've been looking for a specific space in their room to study and work at. They were kind enough to send this to us for us to test it out and see how we like it. And Seth, the handyman, the farm architect, the builder of things and fixer of all that is broken, he is going to fix this. He's gonna build it. He's gonna build it. That's what he's gonna do.
I'm gonna build it.
And then we are
put it together.
Yes. And then we're gonna see how it looks, and the kids are gonna test it out. So let's check it out.
just kind of a minor little hiccup there on delivery. We'll see if we can't still make something work out of it. Okay, so now we've unboxed all the materials, all the parts. I've got them arranged in a way in which they're all organized by either letter or number. So I have rows of 0 to 10 and 10 to 20 and so on and so forth. That's just my way of doing things. It makes sense to me. So we're gonna start building it now. And remember, it's a hot one out there, so stay hydrated. All right. Okay, so this is how it looks now fully built out here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a pause and then show you what it looks like where we want to put it in the older Q kids room, and all decked out with stuff. So we'll see you in a minute. All right, so here we are at the very end. We finished up bringing the desk in and everything, and we've set up a little workspace for our two oldest. They're, a teenager and a preteen. But anyway, good looking desk, nice storage space for them. We've got a couple little drawers down here. They can be filled with things, and then just general storage space, good for any of them. And for today's day and age, having the outlet, 4 different outlets or USB ports right there, makes it a very effective and useful desk for electronic stuff that has to be done. Definitely, I would say positive. Early on in the process, there was a piece that in shipping kind of got a little cracked on the edge. You can't even tell now because it actually turned out to be a very back piece of one of the drawers. It didn't affect anything and doesn't affect stability or durability, and then also general presence. It can't even see it. So, all right, Ella, this is your room. That is your new desk. How excited are you to have a desk in your room?
I'm so excited to have a desk in my room.
Yeah? Looking
really
forward
cool.
to using it for school and other kinds of writing and other things that you are involved in, because you've been working on a entry into a competition for writing, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be a nice little private area at times in a loud, noisy house with all your siblings, right? Yeah. So, looking forward to utilizing it and getting the most out of it?
Yep.
Excellent.
I'm gonna need 3 big pots to start the brines because we are doing 3 different types of cucumbers. For that, I'm gonna rinse these and I'm going to sort them, and then we can get started with slicing them. right, that is pretty good. So I need my computer to find my own recipes. Okay, I'm just walking in a circle like a crazy person. All right, so we are going to start making brines now, which is going to require a lot of vinegar and a lot of sugar. So hopefully we have enough, which we'll just have to see. Okay, confession time. I do not like the smell of apple cider vinegar. I don't mind the smell of distilled white vinegar, but I don't like apple cider vinegar. I cannot for the life of me remember if last year I did the bread and butter. I don't know how to respond to that, Alexa. Anyways, I don't remember if we used, I need toilet paper. Wonderful. We use Alexa to the fullest extent of her capabilities in this house. For example, making requests for toilet paper when people are out of them in the bathroom. All right, moving on. I don't remember if I did the bread and butters in apple cider vinegar last year. It's traditional for you to do that. I do not like the smell of apple cider though. I don't mind doing the smell of regular pickles with distilled white vinegar. So we're gonna do the bread and butter ones last, just because in case I don't like the smell, I don't wanna be like this the whole time we're doing the video. So we're going to start this off with the dills and the fire and ice pickles. We need a really big measuring cup. I do prefer to do these with a lid on, just from the standpoint that it can kind of help keep the liquid in there. So to do our fire and ice pickles and our dill pickles, since we're making so much, I'm gonna double the recipe, but a standard recipe would call for 2.5 cups of distilled white vinegar and 2.5 cups of sugar for the fire and ice pickles. I'm gonna do 5 cups of each. Pickles. Dill pickles, bread and butter pickles, and fire and ice pickles. This isn't something you can really help with, but when I cut up some cucumbers, I will let you know and I'll give you some. I'll have to check the refrigerator in the garage. I can do it in 1 minute. Actually, hold on. Maybe there's some... Yes, there are some dill pickles right here that we made not too long ago if you want them, Natty. Probably. He's been home. So we got 5 cups of vinegar in here. Landon, I'm filming, so YouTube is gonna get to hear you complaining at Natty. She's eating a pickle. She will come play with you when she's done. Okay, great. Let's do that then. Here, I will put the pickles in a bowl and you guys can share. Are those the pickles we've made most recently? The sweet dills? Yes, they're very good. Last year on YouTube, I did more of a sour dill pickle, and this year I did sweets, and we were enjoying those quite a bit more. It's fun to do both, to be able to like try different things, but I think the sweet ones are more of a hit, especially with the little kids. So.
Whoa, what is this?
That is the pickle slicer. It is very sharp. Do not touch it. Don't even look at it. We made these a couple of weeks ago. Do you have a fork?
No.
Do you have a fork?
No.
Should you have a fork? Okay, so can you go get one? Did God give you 2 hands? Did God give you 2 feet? Then he intends for you to use them. Go get a fork or you're not eating pickles. Let's go. Okay. My whole house is going to smell like vinegar today.
Oh, hi, Hermione. What?
We're a Harry Potter household. You can see that we did decorate. Oh, hold on. You can see that we did decorate for Halloween.
Here.
We harvested a bunch of pumpkins. So do you like those sweet dills better than the sour dills? Yeah. turmeric, mustard powder, red pepper flakes, garlic powder, black pepper, dill, celery seed. We have our handy dandy pickle slicing assistant, master chopper, and our pickle samplers over there. My other children have dispersed. Where? What? Ah, that's a big one. Forking shirt balls. Yes. Holy crap on a cracker.
Well, that's not too bad.
Oh my gosh, stop.
Glasses?
No, I know spiders get in half. Oh, I know. I was dirt on the book. They can like grow easily.
There's dirt on the foot.
That's why we should clean up our messes.
There's little cracks and things they can fit through, even if it's pretty well filled.
Decorating for Halloween.
We're not really decorating for Halloween. Yeah, it's just a joke, Sweet Pea.
Because pumpkins are
For Halloween?
pretty traditional for Halloween. But look, we have some of that already.
Which is hilarious.
Apparently it makes Landon laugh.
Hello? Hello?
Oh,
It looks like a phone, Dad.
it does. Although it looks like an old phone, it does not look like a new iPhone or smartphone stuff.
No.
They're flats. This looks old.
All right, so in our fire and ice pickles, since I doubled this and it's 5 cups instead of 2.5, I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of red pepper flakes. All right, in a traditional recipe, I would use about 1/4 cup of salt for this. Since we doubled it, I'll use 1/2 cup. And in our dill pickles, I'm going to use about 1/4 cup of salt in here as well. All right, now earlier I said I was going to use equal amounts of vinegar and sugar in the fire and ice pickles, but I'm actually going to use about 1 cup more. So if you're using the recipe that's 2.5 cups of vinegar, no, 2 cups of vinegar and 2.5 cups of sugar, that's like the baseline. Again, it'll all be in the description, but yeah. I'm going to use 1/4 teaspoon of dried mustard powder. If you're using mustard seeds, you're going to put a tablespoon of those in there. We're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of celery seed in our fire and ice pickles. And this one can go onto the stove. I'm going to use another 1/4 cup of dried mustard in our dill pickles. About 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. About 1 tablespoon of dill. What's the big deal? 1/2 tablespoon of dill seeds, 1/2 tablespoon of black peppercorns, and this is good. So we're gonna put this on the stove as well. I'm gonna bring these up to a boil, stir this up because we're essentially wanting this to turn into a syrupy brine. So we want it to be mixable and then it'll be done. It doesn't need to boil for a certain number of minutes or anything like that. It just needs to all work together. You're not needing to have clumps of sugar or anything like that. First batch. And second batch. I'm going to give you cucumbers. I'm going to cut some of these up into pickle spears too, I think.
So you're going to spearhead it?
Yes, I am. That was good. That was very good. Oops. So now that this is boiling, I'm going to turn it down a little because I don't need it to, you know, go too crazy. I'm going to put it all the way onto like a medium low. Actually, I'm just going to turn it off and put a lid over it. Done. All right, so to make refrigerator pickles, typically you would do these cold. You would pour cold water into cold jar pickles, or if you want to do quick pickles, you can take this hot brine and you can pour it over your pickles in your jar, put the lid on it, let it kind of self-seal, and give it about 48 hours. That is going to allow you to have quick pickles, but obviously the longer you let them sit, the more you are going to be able, my brain is so far off after all of the work outside today. Obviously, the longer that you let them sit, though, the more intense the flavor is going to be. So we typically like to give ours a minimum of a week or two, closer to 2. Sometimes we get impatient because everybody really enjoys the pickles. But if you wait about 2 weeks, the flavor is going to be much more intense. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our bread and butter pickles. We're going to try the apple cider vinegar. That's what we're going to try.
Whoa.
Don't throw pickles at me, sir. 3 cups of apple cider vinegar. Five cups of sugar. 'I do not like the smell of apple cider vinegar. Blech. I'll never get over it, ever.
Yeah, I guess this is my childhood.
Ugh. 1/4 of a cup of salt. Blech. Like it just, blech. 1/2 teaspoon of ground mustard.
I'm sure you'll be drinking apple cider.
No. Pass. No, but I can't taste it. Tablespoon of ground up turmeric. A 1.5 teaspoons of celery seed. Tablespoon of garlic powder. Tablespoon of onion powder. We're going to go ahead and bring this up to a boil on our stovetop. And I'm going to borrow the lid for this one and turn this on to like a low medium heat and let it kind of bring itself up. Because I am in fact a giant baby, about the way it smells. All right. Hello, love.
Hello.
I have saved pickle jars for years, especially when I knew I wanted to become a homesteader and have our own little hobby farm. And since these are refrigerator pickles, I can use any type of jar. It doesn't matter. They're not going to go in the canner. I don't always follow the canning rules, though, but this is not that story. Is it? So we're going to put our dills in this container right here. As long as I have enough. We'll see. We may need to go in that one. We'll just have to figure it out. Yes, of course I will heat that up for you.
The fried rice is different.
Thanks, Angel. I'm so glad you like it. Said I'm so glad you like it.
Yeah. We put that on a minute. I usually only do it for 15 seconds.
Here, compromise. I thought you said admit it. I was like, admit what?
Admit it?
I was like, I
What
didn't,
would you admit?
I don't know. So I was confused. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god. She's like this. Her arms like that.
Yeah, she sleeps like that. Like she's a fancy cat.
Yeah, she's so cute.
So cute. All right. Dill pickle spears. And then, yes, darling.
Aslan was sleeping, but he was purring while he was sleeping.
Yeah, he does that. He's pretty funny. I'd have more pickle jars. I'm gonna put the spears that we're gonna use for the fire and ice pickles in here.
Oh, the fire and ice ones. Everyone ate all of them.
I know.
Like, one jar. Everyone just ate.
Yeah,
Most of them are little.
they're very good. I'm gonna shove as many of these in here as I can. Layla, did you want your tea that you made over here? No? Okay.
Because when I do this, I do the finger game.
Mm-hmm.
With every other cat, they look at my finger and then they would stop. With Potato, she like this her head right.
That's because Potato thinks she's a dog.
What are you putting in there?
These are going to be sweet dill pickles.
I'm sure it's Gosh, what's
That is the apple cider vinegar.
Oh.
Like, I'm telling you, it's awful. I hate the smell of it. Distilled white vinegar, fine. I can deal with it. Apple cider vinegar, forget it. I will definitely make the bread and butters next time with white vinegar. Hmm? Ugh, I despise the smell of.
I think it smells good.
Alright, you guys, that is going to wrap up this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Try the pickles, leave me a message in the comments and tell me what you think. See you next time. Bye.